So you guys know, ever since day one, I've been talking about how a lot of people that's leaving or being let go by either ESPN or Fox Sports 1, I've been fast on this timeline of the pandemic and the uncertainty of we're seeing any form of live professional sports. And it's affecting everyone and everybody in every region, in every nationality, and in every profession. In sports entertainment, they do not get a pass at this. So, this is coming from the New York City Post. I suggest you guys go check that out. I'm going to have most of the article in the description below. But Keyshawn Johnson, who's already signed to ESPN, who has a radio show, but it's normally syndicated in LA, his role is going to be expanded on ESPN's national airwaves, particularly on radio. And they're talking about signing him to the morning gig and the morning slot. Now, currently, as of right now, Mike Golic and Wingo, I forgot his first name, but Wingo, I'm not even going to mention his first name. You guys know I butcher names on a regular basis, are in limbo. Their contracts are in limbo. Now, they contracts end at the end of this year, all right? They're also talking about Mike Golic Jr., possibly more moving into the afternoon slot. They're also talking about Dan, oh my God, I know I'm going to butcher this guy's name, Dan Lepertard. They're talking about cutting 2 hours out of 2 hours out of his morning slot. And they're also talking about the possibility of Mike Greenberg possibly not only doing Get Up, but also having a morning gig too, expanding his role, so to say. Now, Keyshawn Johnson, with all, from what I'm hearing from this article, it's probably going to take the Golic and Wingo time slot. And there's no word on who is going to be his co-star on this radio show. Now, is Trey and Golic and Wingo, his name's Trey Wingo. Is Golic and Wingo, are they going to only just be on ESPN2? I highly doubt that. And due to this pandemic, a lot of networks have to reduce their payroll, reduce their salary, because there's really not a lot of things to talk about because the uncertainty of live professional sports. Still, we have no word on whether or not baseball is going to be premiering this year. The NBA is talking about finishing the rest of their season in a bubble in Orlando, but that has been put on the kibosh, okay? And, the NFL really not, giving us even though they canceled the Hall of Fame game, they're pretty much saying everything is business as usual. And there's still an uncertainty with the NFL. Now, a lot of people have lost their jobs due to this pandemic because, like I said, there's not really a lot to talk about. Josina Anderson has been let go by ESPN. Jason Whitlock was let go at Fox Sports. Well, they couldn't renegotiate the contract. And I think Jason Whitlock, as well as Trey Wingo and Mike Golic, are going to be let go of the same circumstances. These guys probably expecting a huge mega deal. And due to the uncertainty of sports entertainment, as far as renegotiating their contracts, ESPN and Fox Sports 1 is, probably looking at the numbers going, well, we can't give you guys that number. How about this number? And it's probably far and below what they're asking. So, they're probably going to be let go. Now, Trey Wingo, he'll probably re-sign with ESPN and do their and do their football, because that's where he pretty much where he started doing NFL football, if we even have an NFL season. Mike Golic is a veteran on NFL Live, the same as Trey Wingo, and there's a possibility that he can re-sign with ESPN with a lesser deal and probably be on NFL Live or the pregame of Monday Night Football, or being one of the hosts on Monday Night Football. All that stuff is still up in the air. So this is coming from the New York Post. I will have the article listed below. I will also have the link in the comment section. You guys can go check it out for yourself. But there's a lot of moving and shaking, a lot of moving parts with ESPN. Fox Sports 1 a couple of days ago is canceling their pregame WWE. They signed a deal with the WWE. They let go of a lot of people that was going to be under that WWE package for Fox Sports 1. And they're cutting and reducing payroll, okay? Now, a lot of people were talking about why Undisputed did not air yesterday. And no one truly knows. I'm not going to sit up here and speculate and guess. But I do know that Shannon Sharp has already been signed to a 2-year deal. And Skip Bayless, there's still no word on whether or not he's going to sign a deal or not. Obviously, he's probably going to be under the same circumstances as Jason Whitlock, Trey Wingo, and Mike Golic. He's probably going to be asking a lot of money. And I can honestly tell you guys, Fox Sports 1 probably is going to lowball him and give him a lower number now, with no signs of renegotiating. They're either going to say take it or leave it. And, it's up to Skip whether or not he wants to take it or leave it. And Skip wants to either make more money than what Stephen A. Smith is getting, or equal money is what Stephen A. Smith. And I can see a scenario where Skip Bayless can possibly go back to ESPN. And ESPN would love to have Skip Bayless and put him back in that old time slot on First Take, where Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless would still, be barking at each other, embrace debate and all that good and all that jazz. Now, what does this mean for Max Kellerman? I mean, they always wanted to have a 3-man show anyway, okay? They tried with several other guests, with Will Kane. Sometimes the spark is on and off when they have him on the show. But all this is speculation. There's nothing factual. What I just said a few minutes ago, there's nothing factual there, concrete there. But the likelihood, he'll probably go back to a Fox Sports 1, and Fox will probably give him a number that he can't refuse. It may not be the number that he's asking for, but it's going to be a high number, okay? But just to recap, Keyshawn Johnson is probably going to take Mike Golic and Trey Wingo's time slot, and they're up in the air as far as whether or not they're going to remain with ESPN. And I point this obviously out to the pandemic. A lot of these major guys that's making these major figures are, finding, that it's hard out here in these streets, dog. Particularly when there's no live professional sports to fill your programming every single day. Okay, how many times these guys are going to keep talking about The Last Dance, or talk about things that happen in sports history. Pretty soon those topics are going to get old and tiring, and it's affecting so many different people on so many different levels. Okay, so that's all I got for today. Guys, tell me what you think. Always rate, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to let you know when my video goes down. I will see you guys later. Deuces.